What's good, everyone? This is the Mr. 89 Days Show. I'm Donnie Days. Now, I want to talk about these two women. It's like this. Both of what they say is considered reprehensible by a lot of people. Both of them are ignored and hated by a lot of people. At the same time, got their little collection of fans here or there. One of them is known on television and in the internet. The other one, only internet. Both of them say some reprehensible views, but views nonetheless. And most importantly, both of them have a lot of negative feedback because of their views. And I'm talking about Coulter and Anita Sarkessian. While they both seem to be, on two opposite ends. One's a liberal, which is Anita. The other one's a conservative, which is Ann. They both pretty much the same, and they both universally hated by everybody who has a brain. Now that being said, now personally, I do not really support neither one of them. I can't stand neither one of them. Their views are reprehensible. Their views are fucking annoying. One of their views makes a lot of sense, but the other one does not. But at the same time, it's the context of how they say it that annoys the hell out of me. But if I'm the type of person that I am, try to show respect and understanding to whoever I'm watching, whether they are a person who's the worst of the worst or the best of the best. I try to find the positive aspect of anybody or anyone, even the most hated person on the planet right now, according to Jews, Adolf Hitler. I try to find a little bit of positivity in that evil mother bastard. It's just how I am. I always try to find the positive outlook inside of any human, live or dead. And that being said, I'm trying to get with these two women, Anita and if I had to choose which one of those women I would respect the most, that gets my respect, because I don't really give out my respect that often, but if I had to choose one I'll give my respect to, it will be Ann Coulter. Yes, Ann Coulter. Simply because of what she does. She believes in the shit that she says. She believes in it so much so to the point that she sits out, go to these events, even events that she knows she's about to get crucified, criticized, mocked, chastised, or even worse, become a pariah in them. And she speaks her views, stand by her ground, shoot out those guns that she called her mouthpiece, and just keep on talking. When I sit back and watch her on that show on Comedy Central, the Rob, what's that actor name? Rob something, I forgot. I'm trying to think. Rob Lowe, that's his name. On that celebrity roast with Rob Lowe on Comedy Central, Ann Coulter was getting whored, criticized, and everything by everyone on that show. They whored her up harder than they did Rob Lowe, who was the person that they supposed to roast. So what does that tell you? This woman sit back, when she got on the stage and start talking, they boo her before she even opened her lips, let alone let stuff come out her mouth as far as what she wanted to say. They booed the hell out of her, and boos are so loud that she can barely hear herself talk. Now the point is, she was still talking. She still go out here at these events and whatever, whether they are events that are she's her by herself speaking positively about her book, or events that she's been invited to by other celebrities and other news anchors or whatever to voice her views about it, in which she knows that she will get crucified. She still do it. Because that's what leaders do. That's what people who believe in their craft do. That's what people who has passion what they believe in do. a lot of protesters, a lot of organizers, a lot of civil rights leaders, or if you want, I don't really consider her any of those categories, but a lot of people who has an opinion does that sort of thing. They speaks their daggone mind. And I think, to me, I don't give a fuck what anybody say. She is hands down the bravest woman out here in terms of that. She's braver than Anita Sarkessian. She's braver than Linda Salsor. She's even braver than, what's that damn person name? Steve Shrives from the internet. And Steve is a fucking man. And Coulter is braver than all three of those people put together, combined. Because she took all the negativity, ignored it, and still said what she had to say. And keep in mind, like I said, I'm not defending Ann Coulter because I'm a fan of hers. I am not a fan of that crazy woman. But I respect her hustle. I respect the fact that she, even though going to a losing battle, still goes out swinging. It reminds me of that WWE fight between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret the Hitman Hart. I remember when I was younger, when I watched that, Steve Austin was put inside the Scorpion Deathlock, which is Bret Hart's move that he called a sharpshooter. And he was in that damn move for a good 5 to 7 straight minutes. I think a little longer. Steve Austin did not tap out. He was on that move so long to the point that he was bleeding out his head. He already had a gash in his head. He was bleeding. And then he passed out. Yes, he passed the fuck out. Then Bret Hart let go of the move, kept his title, and walked away. But after Steve Austin woke up and was carried out, people looked at him. The whole audience looked at him and they started cheering him on. Because at one time he was the villain. Because he's coming there as the villain. The people started cheering him on. And why they cheered him on? Because he showed that American, because Bret was Canadian and Steve Austin was American, he was the underdog and he didn't give up. That's the reason why people cheer for him. That's the reason why he developed all that newfound popularity and fame during the Attitude Era. I wish I could post that fight up on YouTube or any other social media site, but WWE would just get it taken down as well as this video. So I just decided to tell the story right there and there. The point is, Steve Austin actually earned the respect of not just everybody in the ring, the audience, the commentators, but me also, because he's shown that Americans don't break. Americans don't give up. If you have a view or a passion that you want people to listen to, no matter how reprehensible, no matter how ignorant it sounds, you're going to speak your mind. That's the whole concept of freedom of speech. And then, at the same time, to make your views seem valid, you go fight to keep the views. You go fight to believe in the views that you're fighting for. To show people that you're passionate about your views. And you'll debate against anyone, foreign, domestic, against it to protect your views because they're your views and your way of life. And that's the reason why I respect Ann Coulter. Unlike Anita Sarkessian, who cowardly ass, the minute somebody debates against her, she runs into her little safe bubble and cries feminist, cry rape, ignore them, whatever. If it's a female, she just flat out ignores them. If it's a male, she looks at him and call him a patriot, say he's a harasser, a stalker, or wannabe rapist, whatever insulting line she want to call this man to make herself look good in the process. While, like I said earlier, female, she just flat out ignored them. Like, females not even beneath her. The ones that argue against her, that go against her views, it's like they not even beneath her. She just completely ignored them, like they don't even exist. Like they just a ghost in the corner some damn way. That woman is a piece of work. I mean, in my opinion, if anybody watches this video and they follow Anita Sarkessian in her words, you are either the dumbest women on the planet or you're not a true feminist. Because true feminist doesn't follow another feminist, so-called feminist, who runs the minute somebody has an opposing argument. No one does that. Nobody does that. And still call themselves a leader and expect to be respected as a leader. Nobody does that. And this is what I get pissed off at her. Okay, let's say for the sake of argument that Anita Sarkessian has some stuff that she said that actually has some form of truth to it. I can't accept it as a truth. I can't accept it as a fact, because every time I expect somebody who debate against her actually brings that to, or try to bring it to her attention, she runs away. She ignores them. She hides in her safe bubble. That's not what leaders do. That's not what feminist leaders do. Feminine leaders fight the good fight. They feel as though that they had this form of patriarchy that's against them or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a feminist. I don't know. But the point is, I know it's the fact is that if you can hear the tone of an average feminist voice, like that crazy ass Chanty Binks, aka Big Red, the tone in their voice, the passion, the rage, you can actually hear all that. And no matter how reprehensible like Big Red is, you still have to have some kind of stand up and take awareness and about what she said, because she's so loud and about with it. She's so passionate about it. You can see the determination and all that stuff. You know that you're dealing with a woman who believes in what she believes in. Anita Sarkessian, to me, don't believe in whatever rhetoric that she preach about. She don't believe in. To me, she's nothing more but a opportunist bully that goes out here and causes a ruckus, but then at the same time picks on a weaker more cowardly organization that she know will not fight back. And this situation is the video game industry. Video game industry, how can I explain it? Well, the video game industry, most of the games in the video game industry are aimed towards some of the games are mostly aimed towards adults, others are aimed towards kids because of the ESRB rating that made gaming, worldwide for all races. For all races, for all genders, for all ages, and all everything. Thanks to the ESRB rating. And because of the ESRB rating, we got some adult games for teens and adults. Long if you pay attention to the ESRB rating. And the Sarkessian little sinister ass is not just attacking those games, pointing at the insignificant misogynist mess that she came up with in those games, but she points it out in the more kiddie games. And keep in mind that the video game industry, like I said, they ain't doing nothing wrong. They're not. They actually following the ESRB to the T. You notice that she don't really debate against movies like that. You notice that she don't go to the strip clubs and tell other women stripping is wrong. You are demeaning your bodies. Why are you doing that? Because she know those local strippers will beat the dog shit out of her. Like I said, feminists has a nasty habit of choose and pick what fights they do. And I'm talking about the fake feminists. The real feminists will still go out and protest and make a convincing statement to other women what they're doing is wrong. They're not going to shame them out of it, but they'll convince them not to do it no more and convince them that they have a bigger worth about themselves than to go out here and try and make easy money in the most sluttiest of male professions, male controlled professions, And like I said, Anita Sarkessian is a joke of a feminist, a joke of a leader. She's trying to be a leader, but she's a joke. All she is, and nothing more she is a fucking instigator. If anything, I think Coulter is much more of a leader than she ever could be. Because, like I said, real leaders stand for the words that they say. Real leaders develop a community through honesty, through leadership, through persistence. Something Anita Sarkessian has yet to show. It's been 3-4 years now, and she's still trying to complain about men being misogynistic against her, bullying her, harassing her. What men harass her? Not one man harass her. If making a compelling argument with no cussing or saying this, well, Anita, I disagree with what you say. If that's a form of harassment, then I can imagine what would happen if somebody say, I'm sorry. She might think that as a, if a man bumped into her and say, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, she might think that as sexual harassment. Big, but you know, that's one of those, she's one of the type of females that take a mountain and make it out of an anthill. Or actually, it's the other way around, I think. Take an anthill and make it out of a mountain. I forgot how that damn metaphor works. But the point is that you get what I'm talking about with it. And I'm saying is that Anita Sarkessian is a piece of work. And whoever follows her is just as dumb, if not dumber, than she could ever be. Or worse. Because you're following an idiot. You're following a coward. You're following a person who does not actually have your best interest in mind. But instead, she's only worrying about herself, and whoever else that she can get out money from. She is, and what the media or the YouTube media is calling her, a professional victim. Just keep in mind, this is the same woman that took a nerve person, took their shine away from them, and made money off their shine, while this person is still struggling to make herself look more like the victim all over again. And yes, I'm talking about Zoe Quinn. That Gamergate moment was her shine. She had the opportunity to play the professional victim in that, but Anita Sarkessian YN took her professional victimhood from her, made money off of it, and now is trying to champion herself as the queen of professional victimism, where she was never that. She was just a woman who seen what happened to Zoe Quinn, jumped in, took her shine, and ran off with it with $500,000 and a smile and a new career path. She's a joke. I would never respect that woman at all. Like I said, I rather, if I had to buy a book from Anita Sarkessian and a book written by Coulter, I'd rather read the newspaper. But if I had to be forced to do it in some kind of jigsaw type Saw situation in which I had to choose one of the books to read, I would read Ann Coulter's nasty ass book and try to ignore everything I read. But again, I respect Ann more than I respect Anita. Now I want people to sit back and, y'all got Google, look them both up, compare the two yourself. You see what I'm talking about. Both of them, like I said, say some stupid shit, but again, at least Anne actually believes in what she says and will debate against it to the very end. She will fight whoever challenge her authority, her rule, and try to hit them with facts, logic, common sense, and try to combine it all together into making one convincing argument. In other words, she's in some ways a professional debater. Unlike Anita Sarkessian, who runs away from a battle, who doesn't have the guts to debate against her what she believes in, runs and hides to people that actually is somewhat her followers, and then just cry harassment, cry rape, cry whatever. Now, as far as Ann Coulter and Anita Sarkessian, this is probably like one of the 3 videos I'm probably post about talking about them. And after the 3rd video, I'm not talking about it ever again, because to my opinion, neither of these women deserve my time to mention them. I am not trying to get any of these 2 women shine whatsoever, especially with that Google thing I mentioned earlier. I'm just saying is that if you have the time, look these 2 rats up and see what I'm talking about. They both garbage, but at the same time, Ann Coulter is the one I respect the most out of the 2, because she will fight to the end, whatever she stands with. Even if she is in a losing battle, she will fight to the end, and she won't even cry foul. Unlike that damn Anita, and Ann would just stand there, look, smile, and that's it. And stay quiet for a few moments. Then start back talking again. While Anita, on the other hand, won't even let the argument even begin to start, because she'll just run off stage or turn her head, ignore it, because that's how much of a coward that she is. That she calls herself a fucking feminist. Nobody in the history of the world is not trying to go to jail for this because of this damn woman. If this woman wants, if people want this woman dead, she be dead already. It's not that fucking hard to kill a person. I look in the news, I see these people killing people in churches, Stephen Paddock's and that mass shooting thing. The guy ran people over a fucking truck. Like I said, if Anita Sarkessian, if someone wants her ass dead, she'd been dead already. She knew who she was picking a fight with. Gamers. Gamers will not lose the most important thing in the world, and that's gaming. Just to kill this fucking woman. Nobody is not going to take one for the team for this woman. No one. So for her to go out here and say her life is threatened by a bunch of gamers and a bunch of internet trolls that she might have paid to write those comments on her page, for all we know, she might have did that. It's not hard to make a Twitter page and do that. She could have did that. But people too stupid to understand that. So for people to sit back and believe everything this woman says is just as loony as the next person, or even loonier than her. In hindsight, like I said, Ann Coulter seemed to be a more reasonable of the two than that sneaky ass Anita Sarkessian. And I'm done talking about them. I ain't trying to pull a Thunderfoot and keep talking about Anita Sarkessian in every goddamn video. I'll probably make 2 more videos and that's where it ends. Because this woman did not deserve my time. If you agree with what I say about both of these weird ass women, leave it in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notifications so I can give you updates on whatever new videos I post. When I get my Patreon and PayPal up and running, and y'all can donate to that if y'all can. I appreciate it. Like my channel, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.